And on today's episode of the Ball Boys podcast,
You can't tell me you're gonna keep Dele Alli and Harry Kane for 10 years. They won't stay for that.
This small team in the league, yeah?
They're not small.
They're just there to provide a platform for the like in the Barcelona.
What?
Seriously?
Welcome guys to the third episode of the Ball Boys podcast. Here I'm joined by Jonah, a supporter of the Qatari government. Here I'm joined by two Manchester United fans, Nigel and Kiki. I also like Call United the History Channel. And so I'm a Chelsea fan. I support other known as Hazard FC. So today our main topic is who's gonna make top 4. We are gonna analyze the form, the next match is coming up, and how the team is looking. So before we start that though, we want to talk about the Champions League games that happened this past week. So the games that happened were Barcelona Lyon, Bayern Munich Liverpool, Juventus Atletico, and Man City Schalke. Not in that order, but they happened. Yeah. So the games that happened first were Juventus Atletico and City Schalke, so we'll touch upon those first. Mm-hmm. So let's start with City Schalke first. City won 7-0. They beat Schalke 7-0 at home at the Etihad. With a lot of them banging goals, as well as Foden getting a goal and Sterling with a few and Sane with a few. Mm-hmm. I don't know where exactly got the goals. But what's your opinion on the game?
This is a classic City routine. You know it is. That's all I have to say about the classic City routine. Sane played well. Sane in particular played well. I think that's all I can say about that. Man of the match for sure.
Huh?
Man of the match for sure.
Sane.
Yeah,
who was the man of the match?
I think it was Sane.
How many goals did he score?
I don't know how many he scored. Like 2 assisted, 1. And yeah. And yeah.
For me, City, amazing performance. I'm not even surprised. But it's 7 in Champions League, which surprises me. But Schalke tried. City are just a better team. And yeah, that was a good game.
It was a good match. I didn't watch it. Better things to do. Yeah. But it's a commendable performance by City. Commendable.
The aggregate was 10-2. I have it here. Aguero scored 2, Sane 1, Sterling 1, Bernardo Silva 1, Phil Foden 1, and Jesus 1. So that's basically the City Schalke match. Next we have the much more important match, which is Juventus Atletico. On the day, Juventus won 3-0 from a Ronaldo hat-trick, very typical hat-trick, headers and a penalty. And there's nothing else to expect from Ronaldo. And so, surprisingly, the game went in a certain way, but also not surprised that Ronaldo scored a hat-trick. But most people thought Atletico would hold out for the second leg. And what are your thoughts on the match, Nigel?
I think Ronaldo is just super. The day prior, he'd said he's going to score a hat-trick. He'd said the day before he's going to score a hat-trick, and he did as he said. And it was just amazing. Right. This is the first time in the history that they've actually done a comeback.
Who, Juventus?
Yeah,
after losing in the Champions League. Yeah, that's cool. What do you think?
That's like Ronaldo. Yeah, he showed a lot of people that this guy means business.
Not a waste.
No?
Not a waste
of money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was a question. We didn't necessarily say it was a waste of money. Okay, maybe I did. But I said if they chuck the Champions League.
Huge disclaimer.
Huge, by the way.
Huge disclaimer.
Please. It's not like that. And so sorry, you're saying?
I saw the day. No, Evra was talking to him 5 days ago.
Yeah,
and I saw his post.
The match.
5 days to the game.
Yeah.
And Evra was telling him how he's counting on him to win the match or help the team win the match, and he showed that he can do that. And Ronaldo is something else. He's for sure something else.
Jonah.
It's the Champions League is all I'm saying.
It is what it is.
It is what it is, bro.
Yeah, anything else?
That's it, man, bro. What can I do? You've seen the game. I mean, Atletico, I don't even think had the best chances.
Well, yeah. The stats show that Juventus were much more dominant. Yeah. It wasn't a game of just the goals. Juventus were much more dominant with over 200 more passes, with a better accuracy, more shots on target. Atletico didn't have a shot on target on the night. Juventus outnumbered them 16 shots to 5 shots. and with 63 possession, 37. And Juventus were completely dominant on the night, and they did what was expected of them.
That's crazy.
And yeah, it's good that they came through. And Ronaldo is not a waste of money. If that's answered your question. So the next match is on the next day, which was the Wednesday after the Tuesday, which was Barcelona Lyon and Bayern Munich Liverpool. And so Barca on the day were 5-1 winners, with Messi getting 2 goals and 2 assists on the night. Dominant performance by the Barcelona guys, and they really beat Lyon out of the water. Although there was a point the game was competitive at 2-1, and it could have been 2-2, and Lyon could have gone through. But Messi showed his class, and so did the rest of Barcelona. And so I personally believe that Barcelona are strong contenders for the Champions League alongside City and Juventus. And so that's what I have to say about the match. What do you, John?
Yeah, I mean, Barcelona showed great. I mean, even so did Lyon. I mean, initially, like in the earliest stages of the game, when Ter Stegen was just saving shots, bro. So Lyon also showed character, but at the end of the day, I think Messi just prevailed, and yeah, Messi FC, man. Come on. Messi FC.
Kiki.
Okay, I didn't watch the match,
Yeah.
but like I'm a huge Lyon supporter.
Okay. Lyon or Memphis?
Memphis comes with it. So okay, I know Lyon is not an easy team.
Correct.
Yeah,
And okay, I know the day before we were arguing here who's going to win. I may have been saying that Lyon is going to win because of I want to see Memphis go through.
Yeah.
But also at the same time, I know Lyon have the quality to challenge Barcelona.
Challenge.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
But you see, Barcelona in the longest time they've been a very
Big club.
difficult team and a big club. So I really wanted that game to be tighter. This score for 5-1. If it ended 1-0, I would have been happier. But Lyon were just now beaten 5.
They lost it at the end.
Yeah.
What do you have to say?
Yeah, they lost.
What do you mean?
You were lost.
Like I was so lost in that match.
You like?
Because I really wanted Lyon to win on one hand, and on the other hand I wanted Barca to win. I wanted Lyon to win because, I mean, once Barca is out of the Champions League, I mean, it's better for all of us. But then I want to see Ronaldo and Messi, the rivalry, continue.
Don't just leave.
Continue.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was a 50-50 thing. But I think Barcelona really did well. And I think I told you earlier on that it's either a 1-0 match or 7-1 match. And we almost got that right.
We almost got
the 7.
Coutinho scored as well, which is surprising.
But I did like a tapping.
It was a
Still,
tap.
still.
Suarez could have.
Yeah.
Suarez did well to assist there, in my opinion.
Suarez actually played really well.
Yeah, Suarez
he played well,
Rakitic, Dembele, even.
but on the day Messi
Wasn't
was
Dembele injured?
Dembele was injured.
but he still scored.
Yeah,
He
played
got
well.
injured, but he still scored.
He scored but got injured. I think after, I'm not sure.
Barcelona have been
So on the day Messi scored 2, one was a penalty. Coutinho scored 1, Piqué scored 1, and so did Dembele. And for Lyon, a guy called Lucas Toussaint scored for them. And so he's also really good. He's a prospect.
We played City.
So they had 19 shots, Barcelona to Lyon's 11, which doesn't show that they were necessarily dominating, but you can see that Lyon only had 2 shots on target and scored 1, which is clinical of them. But okay, not really, because they took 11 shots. But the 56-44 possession, which is then again really close, especially if you're going against Barcelona. It's actually, when you look at the stats and you look at the score, you'd be surprised how big it was, because if you look at the passes, Barcelona had 577, while Lyon had 461, only about 100 more. And knowing Barcelona and tiki-taka, we call it, it's not to be more dominating. But at the end of the day, Barcelona progressed and Lyon fell short. And so the next match on the day was Bayern-Liverpool. So the better of the two, the more competitive of the 2 matches rather, but not necessarily the better football. Liverpool won 3-1 on the day. And they were much better at the end of the day. Van Dijk, top defender, best defender in the world for me right now.
Fuck.
He played an amazing game. He played an amazing game against Bayern, and he scored a goal, and Mane scored 2, and he's in really good form with a few goals for Liverpool in the last 9 games, about 7, if I'm wrong, if I'm not. if I'm not wrong. For Bayern, they didn't necessarily get the goal, but they got, it was an own goal from Matip, and they didn't actually score against them. No one from their team scored against Liverpool.
Mm-hmm.
And so on the day, Liverpool were much better. Bayern were poor. They started well, but they were poor the whole game. And they've just been poor this season. But it goes to show how easy their league is, as they're top on goal difference and they're having a bad season, you know.
Yeah.
But although Bundesliga is competitive for like the mid-table sides, it's just too easy. Thoughts?
I think Liverpool just showed dominance over Bayern that game. Even when they played in Anfield, it was just clear dominance. I mean, I guess in Anfield they were less clinical, but now they were. And fun fact, 70% of the earth is covered in water. 20% of it is covered by Van Dijk.
It is what it is.
That guy, Jesus.
He's mad. He's genuine.
That guy is crazy. Like, he's everything. He even scored.
He scored. He shows everything. He was
He did an
dominant the whole
assist
time.
as well.
An assist.
Man is good.
Oh, wow.
Then he went around the keeper. The one he chipped. He took the keeper.
Pass.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's actually pretty cool.
It's crazy.
What do you think?
Okay, just after you said now.
Did I say 25? Sorry, 70%. 30% is Van Dijk.
It's again does 11 months.
11.
Bruh.
You beat it.
You beat it.
For people,
Bruh.
hey, what?
So you're talking about
I corrected myself. So
I'm
Nice.
saying, you know how you just said that
yeah.
Bayern haven't been having a good season.
Yeah.
Okay, I haven't heard about them the whole season, so I was thinking that they've been having a good season. So when I heard Bayern Liverpool, the first leg was 0-0. I didn't watch it also. I didn't watch this one for this game week. For this week, I thought Bayern would go through.
Yeah.
Because I've not heard. I know, you just know. But when you hear the name Bayern, just say, it's a dangerous team.
Man.
But also Liverpool isn't small, but Bayern have a history of being a dangerous team. So I never thought Liverpool would go through, and their form has recently been fishy, even the Premier League.
Oh, not really that bad.
Compared to how they started the season.
Yeah, of course. But by fishy, what are we saying here? Because if you look at their last games, they beat Burnley 4-2. They've 4 goals is not. I mean, okay, conceding 2 is not good for them, of course, but they still scored 4.
Okay, but what they've shown.
Drawn to Everton. I mean,
No, your point is that they're shaky,
Yeah.
and I'm saying otherwise.
Not bad.
I see. They say bad.
See the form.
I just see the form.
This
Okay, that doesn't
Okay,
matter.
whatever.
it's
Little
not
watch
what
it.
you think of.
Yeah, like,
the game was good, but I think Liverpool could have done much better. They could have played much better. They could have played much better, and I think Bayern they weren't given enough chances, and they got one. Matip scored one goal,
Yeah.
and that Neuer wasted them too much.
Oh yeah.
The first 2 goals could have been so preventable.
You know it's
Yeah,
been
it's
horrendous.
It's very true. And so,
But just to say, I really wish Liverpool didn't qualify.
Me too.
same.
Bruh.
Me too. I wanted Bayern to go through.
But then Bayern is another stress when you meet them with the African.
Not really. That's so bad now.
Oh no, you can just wake up.
Exactly, that's the issue.
But you see, it's just, you know, you guys just think that because of their pedigree. You guys just think that because, it's
It's
Bayern.
Bayern.
You know,
Nah.
they've been on their big.
It's Liverpool. Nobody wants
Bruh, you know,
No, I think-
their team is so undivided in terms of age. It's like
Yeah,
very old. at the
Everybody
same
is
time.
still playing.
Robin was injured.
If Robin wasn't injured, he'd be the first person on that team sheet, I'm telling you.
I don't know. Actually, that's the thing. I don't understand why Kingsley Coman was bench.
Because it's like
Hopefully
he's not favored at the club. I hold him, but he has a 7 on his head. How old is he? He needs to grow up.
Nah, he had the story
He needs to
behind
grow
it.
up.
I
See,
still.
that's not nice.
Number 7 is on his shirt.
He said on his head.
Yeah, the 7 on his shirt. The haircut. The number 7 because of his.
I thought you talk about his injury.
Oh, we have been caught.
You guys are making me. You guys are stupid.
You were upset.
You
Okay,
guys
that's
are
not
stupid. I'm saying, how old is that guy to have number 7 on your hair?
See, I still.
No,
Age is
Kiki, how old
nothing
is
but a
he?
number.
Kiki, when you're 30, you'll have your number whatever
Of
on your
course.
hair.
Of course, I'm putting for
I don't know you. I don't know you.
Age is nothing but a number.
No.
Bruh,
Something like that. I feel like that's really weird.
that guy got that for €2, man. I got that haircut for €2.
I
No
guess
more, no
weird.
less.
Anyway, so on the day, Bayern had 7 shots, while Liverpool had 10.
Jeez.
Liverpool were actually clinical with 6 out of 10 on target,
Very clinical.
and only 2 of 7 Bayern 7 shots were on target. Possession-wise, Bayern had more possession, knowing the way Liverpool play, a very counter-attacking team, and they did take advantage of that. Took advantage of the lack of pace they have on the wings, Bayern, and so it was clear that they were dominant. Salah did get an assist, although he hasn't scored for a record 6 games in a row. He hasn't scored for 6 games. That's a record. Well, since he was joined Liverpool, that's the longest he hasn't gone without scoring a goal. Anyway,
I'm just leaving it there for you guys.
even though he get an assist, but it is what it is.
It is what it is.
So the teams that went through, just to run through, the teams that are in the quarterfinals rather are Ajax, Porto, Barcelona, Bayern, City, Liverpool, Spurs. I forgot about Spurs.
And United.
That's 8. Sorry, last 8. Yeah. So those are the teams that are in the quarterfinal round, and the draw is actually happening today, which is on a Friday, and I think at about 6 o'clock. Let's see. The draw is, guys. We're finding out the draw. Live reaction to the draw. We've just finished up whatever in the quiz.
Yeah.
Live reaction.
I'm facing Barcelona.
Okay.
Ajax, Juventus, Liverpool, Porto, Spurs, City, United, Barcelona. What? United, Barcelona. Camel and then they lose. It has beaten each other, man.
They're gonna win the league. Baby.
Kiki, what do you feel? What's the reaction?
Just let me pack up.
Ronzi.
Where you fought? You fought.
Kuma.
You guys just take this out.
They have beaten each other. What? No chance.
Our time, and so yeah, it should be good. So I guess we can move into our main point.
Main point.
Main discussion.
The discussion, which is who are gonna make the top 4 of the Premier League. So it's pretty clear that Liverpool and City are fighting their own fight for the top 2, and it's clear that none of them are gonna fall below that between City and Liverpool. And so, as much as that's exciting, it's arguably more exciting for the race for 3rd and 4th. So this is between Arsenal, Chelsea, Manchester United, and Tottenham Hotspur. And so, as of now, Spurs have more or less bottled their position that they were in.
Yeah.
They are now only 1 point ahead of Arsenal,
Certainly.
who are 10 points behind them at 2 weeks ago.
After 2 weeks ago, after the Arsenal Man U game.
Exactly. So that's showing that they're slipping up, because in the last 4 games, Spurs have drawn with Arsenal, lost to Burnley, lost to Chelsea, and lost to Southampton just the other day. That's what I was saying. But anyway, so as of now, Spurs are in 3rd with 61 points, Arsenal in 4th with 60 points, Man United in 5th with 58, and Chelsea are 6th with 57. So as of now, Chelsea do have a game in hand with 29 games played, United 30, Arsenal 30, and Spurs 30. And you could say that's sort of an advantage, but it didn't look too good for them as we drew against Wolves at home just the other weekend, which was an Hazard saved Hazard FC.
Okay.
And so in the last minute, and so it wasn't a good performance. It was a typical Chelsea performance from us.
Okay.
Like, keep all the ball, do nothing in it, and not score. Like, not directly. And so if we're judging by form, we'd probably say that the top 4, these 2 slots will be filled by Arsenal and Man United.
That's what you think?
By form, if we're judging by form currently.
Okay, by form.
If we're judging by form currently, Arsenal and Man United are in pole to take these 2 spots.
Okay.
And Spurs are most as I'm judging by form, they're more likely to take 6th. You know what I mean? And so, who do you think is going to occupy the top 4, and just give your reasons why?
So just start with who I think will finish 3rd and 4th.
You can start from first.
Okay, I think 3rd would be.
You said first.
I can say you can just give me your whole top.
Fine. Top 4. First, champions City, back to back, no doubt. Liverpool 2nd. I think Arsenal will finish 3rd. I think United will finish 4th.
Alright.
This is my reason, but I'm also a bit conflicted at the same time. Arsenal right now, with their form and their character right now, with what they're going on, I think they will succumb to like the challenges and like they will pass through. However, they're also playing teams that are facing relegation. If you look at their fixtures, they have, I believe,
It's awesome.
yeah, they have. Yeah, this is
They have
awesome.
Wolves.
They have Newcastle, Everton, Watford, Crystal Palace, Leicester, Brighton, and Burnley.
Actually, that's very easy. Not very, but they're
No,
easier
yeah.
fixtures.
They're easier
It's-
fixtures.
it's
But I
teams they can
believe
beat.
Brighton. Brighton's
Leicester.
there. Leicester want to show
Leicester.
dominance. I
Yeah,
guess.
They
because
have,
the
they have,
new
they
manager-
have something to prove.
Crystal Palace,
How
good team.
form they're on.
good team,
Oh, man.
really good team. I mean, these are relatively easier
Easier.
teams
And
as
this
compared to the
compares to
other.
away.
Huh?
I think
Not
Umar-
really.
Yeah, actually, it matters. It does. in a
That's
way.
what it does.
Newcastle, they're playing in the
Actually,
Emirates.
Arsenal-
Yeah, with Arsenal, by
Hey.
it matters.
Yeah, with
Yeah,
Arsenal
points.
it matters. Newcastle, they're playing at home, so I think that would be a win for Arsenal.
Mm-hmm.
Everton away, but you know how Arsenal, so it's a 50-50
That's a
there.
50-50.
Yeah? Crystal Palace home. No, Watford away.
That's a
Tricky.
interesting match.
Crystal Palace, but in the Emirates. Leicester away. Brighton at home. And then Burnley away.
They end with Burnley.
Yeah.
They end with Burnley away.
Who are fighting for relegation.
Yeah. And they're also playing Wolves, but it's
Wolves.
not
It's
a TBC. Yeah.
Yeah, to be decided.
So like, those are tough teams. Wolves, as you may know, are like champion killers.
Oh yeah, Wolves
They're
can
good.
destroy a team.
They're like, I think they've
They
only
defend
lost
very
to they've only lost to City,
City, yeah.
in top
from the
16.
top 16, yeah.
From the top 16, they've only lost to City. So Wolves are a very dangerous team, but I do think Arsenal will prevail. I think
Away from home.
away from home.
Okay.
With I think with Emery's coaching and like his mentality, I do think they're going for the win.
Yeah, of course.
But you know, with their away form, it's not the strongest.
Definitely.
It's not the strongest, and they're also playing teams fighting relegation. And you know how like teams fighting relegation really fight. An example
It's
is
more like
Leicester.
nothing to lose kind of thing.
Exactly. An
But
example is,
also matters
yeah.
exactly if they have a chance to stay. For example, like Fulham, I don't see those those guys are like.
But I think
those guys
they're
are going
playing
to go.
Brighton, right? Brighton are like.
No, I think Fulham
Brighton are
will
doing
go,
much
and they're not
better
really
than
like
Leicester.
fighting to stay.
But
It's like
Arsenal,
Brighton are
playing-
15th.
Brighton are okay.
They're
Brighton-
15th.
They're 15th.
I think.
They're about whatever points from the relegation zone. 5 points from the relegation zone.
Right, yeah. So they're like fighting teams who
Yeah,
are
that's
about
still-
to be relegated or
Yeah.
like, yeah. So you see, when it comes to that, teams want to finish strong, yeah?
Yeah.
Like, okay, fine, we're not going to make it anywhere else, but we have to fight for this position. And I
Yeah.
think that goes for Arsenal as well.
Yeah.
They just won Europa last night, a Europa game last night at home.
I come back on the aggregate.
Come back, exactly. So I think that whole dynamic of like their mentality right now is the strongest out of any of the teams that are in contention. I do think they'll prevail. I actually do think they'll
In
prevail.
third.
Third.
Okay.
They'll make it third because third because they have easier games, but also like that mentality. But also they could fail. It could be wrong.
Definitely.
Their away form is not the best, and also so that's my run around. Fourth, United, because I think United have been rejuvenated under Ole. I truly do think that they are going to be contenders for the Premier League top spot next season.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're looking very strong. Their form has been okay.
They lost.
They
This is
lost-
the first loss
yeah.
under Ole
Under Ole, like yeah, in a while. So like
in the Premier League.
in the Prem.
Yeah.
in the Prem. So like, it's going to be an interesting match because also I think United have that kind of like fighting mentality, same as Arsenal. They at this point they know they're not going to be champions, but they do know that they have to fight.
We have to fight because it's not yet
Yeah.
confirmed that. top
And
four.
their squad, the teams they're playing, we have Watford in Old Trafford, Wolves away, West Ham home, Everton away, City home, Chelsea home, Huddersfield away, and then Cardiff home.
we end with Cardiff.
Yeah, that's how you end. And so
Set up-
like,
this is City. City.
You're
Yes,
playing
City on
City,
April
yeah.
24th. You know, you
City-
guys are this is. I feel this part is make or break for you guys
The
because
City
Yeah.
game.
you face leave that. Okay, yeah, the City game. There's
Yeah.
United versus City,
Mhm.
but then 3 days later,
yeah.
3 days later, it's Man United Chelsea.
Hmm.
3 days, like that's tough
Yeah.
because it's not like I feel like of
And
course
they
it's
also have
not.
Champions League
And they
games.
have Champions League if they're right.
Can I tell you guys something?
Yeah.
We're gonna win one of those and lose one.
Okay, fine.
Okay.
I was
So
trying to
this is
say.
that.
I was trying to say is that one of you're more likely to win maybe. I don't know. I feel it's hard because if you guys do badly against City, then it'll be much worse for the Chelsea game because first of all you have much worse for you for the Chelsea game.
For us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's my point. Yeah. Here's my point. Because that game, the City game, let's say you lose, right? Not necessarily like a bad loss or anything,
Maybe 2-1.
but like something you fought for, like a game you fought for, and that's a team. That's a game you put your full first team, you know. And Chelsea's a team you also put your full first team. You don't want to.
But I think Ole would think about that. He won't put exactly full on both times.
But also matters. It also matters by that time how the table is looking. By that time, you can say.
Yeah.
And so what I mean is that you guys will be drained. I feel by the first match
All the competitions you have.
and by all the competitions.
When's this?
In April.
Yeah.
It's April 24th and April 27th.
When are the Champions League fixtures?
Around me. Same time. Yeah.
Yeah, but it also depends if you go into the next round.
Yeah, that's right.
No, like first leg and second leg.
Yeah.
I'm not exactly sure.
So let me continue. I mean, so I think fifth will be taken up by Chelsea. I felt for me this season
So
Chelsea
you think Tottenham will fall from third to
to
sixth?
sixth. I
It's very
truly
easy.
think I'll get to Spurs later, but I think for Chelsea they remain fifth. They wouldn't break that top four sort of mark, and like I think it's because there is a disconnect, in my opinion, between Sarri and the players. In a weird way, there's some sort of disconnect. I feel that, I mean, it's his freshman season. I don't think many people expected him to win, obviously, with the squad he has, and he didn't even make that many major signings.
Yeah.
But with like Chelsea's uneven form, and I feel that you don't have any. I mean, you have Europa, but like Premier League is like right now. I feel where it's at is just play so that we can play Europa. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Like,
what
you
you
know,
think
where
for Chelsea.
that's why I think Chelsea is at. Like, they are at a point where like there's not much like strength in.
But do you think they would want to finish sixth?
I'm saying they finish.
No one
fifth.
wants to finish.
No one
You
wants to
see,
finish
the
sixth.
thing is, because saying that they're just going to play Premier League.
They're going to
and
play
then-
Premier League,
Of
but
course they want
they
to.
have. I feel right now they have a better
Priorities.
quality than Spurs in terms of play. I think so, because like they did beat them like recently.
And it was convincing. It wasn't like we were on the ropes or anything. Like, it wasn't like a tough game in my opinion. Like we easily
Dismantled
Spurs
them.
aside,
Yeah.
you know.
So like what I feel is with Chelsea they won't break like the number 4 barrier because of like it's just that the bench, like the dressing room, there's like a disconnect somewhere
Yeah.
with the manager and the players. That's what I feel. Yeah, and for Spurs, I mean they have to be punished. That's what I think. They're going to end up 6th because they have to be punished. You can't sign Dembele and not sign any other player and expect to do something and maintain 3rd or top 4. I don't think Spurs are completely going to be dismantled in the next few games.
And I believe this is coming from how they're like in the transfer window.
Yeah,
Haven't made a signing.
they have truly been punished.
Key.
They have truly been punished. How do you sign Dembele away?
So,
Yeah, I mean,
okay. Fine.
send him away and like, you know,
Yeah.
it makes no sense.
You know, those guys count him as one of the best players in.
He was one of
He
the
is,
best
he's-
players.
yeah.
Even Kane said it himself.
Yeah.
He had everything.
Strength,
Strength,
Space,
and he was good on the
bruh.
ball. He was a very good midfielder, and
and yeah, he was
Selling
also
him was
creative.
wrong.
It's wrong, and they have to be punished. I mean, like that, they didn't sign anyone to replace. I mean, they've had also on top of that, they've had
injury.
injuries on top of injuries.
And as much as these guys are coming back into the team, like they really started, I think he was
Yeah.
back the last weekend.
Yeah,
And the thing is, you can't expect people to just be back in top form
yeah,
just after they come from injury.
yeah.
And that's showing for Spurs. Kane has been scoring, yes, consistently 1-1 goals, but it hasn't necessarily been. He hasn't been himself,
Yeah.
Kane. Like he hasn't been scoring when needed,
Yeah.
like when really needed. Because against Burnley, they were winning, and then Burnley made a comeback. Southampton, they were winning, made a comeback. Southampton.
And also, I think like Pochettino doesn't have like the best mentality.
He has a
I
very
feel-
average. Like
yeah.
he's not necessarily looking to win any. Like he's
Like
not
when you won,
not ambitious.
Yeah, when you won like some London
best
trophy,
manager.
best manager.
Yeah.
That was like finally the only trophy like Spurs will ever get. So I'm like,
No, he said the first finally a trophy I have. And what he said prior to that, he said it was passed to as a, I don't know if he meant it like as a joke or anything, but he said that almost 10 years it's supposed to need like 10 years.
Yeah, that's not the best mentality to go for.
It's not something that you can't keep. You can't tell me you're gonna keep Dele Alli and Harry Kane for 10 years. They won't stay for that.
I don't think so. Yeah.
Eriksen is not scoring.
But do you believe it's a sense of Pochettino wanting to leave?
He doesn't.
I
want
think
to.
so.
But he's, okay, yes,
Yeah.
in a sense. But he's also very. I think what's the issue is that he's frustrated in how it seems like Spurs got their new stadium at the wrong time. In the sense that teams are really building up now. Like United, apparently you guys are gonna make huge signings on this incoming transfer summer window.
200 million the budget.
That's actually
That's a
little.
lot. Okay.
Yeah, in a sense, depending on what you
Okay,
can.
it matters.
No, it's apparently
For the United team.
It is-
for
yeah,
United-
Yes,
I think that's
That's not a lot.
That's what I'm
Depending
saying.
on
It's a
who you
little-
want to buy.
That's what I'm saying.
If you buy two top, you'd buy like
You
two
can only
top
buy
class with that money.
I just think you buy
Two,
defender
yeah.
and wing.
You get one. You
No,
get
actually,
you get
you're
one.
buy-
You get one for 110. Now one for 90. You see
You're
what
buying
that-
a
You
left
guys
back.
like overpaying.
A CB. Get
You're buying a left back, a right back. I mean,
It's confirmed.
RCAM. Yeah, what you were saying.
Not a no CBs.
See, relax. And the CB.
Oh, isn't that big man?
Buy is trash.
The thing is,
Buy
Buy's not trash.
He's trash.
It's just in a haste.
No, the thing is
It's
that he
nice.
can. There are moments where he sleeps a lot.
But
Don't say that's because he's. Don't say
So
that's now
he's
trash
a black.
'cause of
He's a
that.
black Otamendi. Is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
That sounds
but
so
when
harsh.
he's performing, who's
But
better?
not
Otamendi
very
is better than
safe.
him. Otamendi is better than
Otamendi is
him.
better than mine.
Yeah. On his best day.
Okay,
That's-
fine.
that's an
Would you
argument.
say?
No.
Would you say? Oh, fine. For me,
Not
I think,
even.
I think they're the same because like.
What Otamendi?
No.
You
Okay,
guys
no,
are
no,
the
no.
same football.
Okay, no. I'm saying in terms of their poor qualities. Like
Okay,
Otamendi,
fine.
Otamendi makes
Stupid
horrible
mistakes.
sometimes.
Yeah.
That's buying,
And-
exactly.
And for Bai, like when he has a good game, no one is passing him, right? But when he doesn't,
Remember,
No,
the last
but
red card
wait.
he got.
So-
I mean, the last red card we got, we were winning.
yeah.
There was no need for him to tackle.
No,
he
what
just
does he
jumped
But
in.
no, listen.
Okay,
It was
not
exciting. You'll say he's
No, that's
no.
not-
Listen. I know what you'll say. You'll say it's excitement of the game, and you'll say it's.
Isn't
Sorry.
that what Ole said?
Wait, listen. Stevie will say he's a professional player. He should read the game.
Yeah.
And know what Stevie and Ole said. He's excited. This is his first game under Ole. The team is winning. He wants to get the ball as quick as
Who's
possible.
African?
Then he might have been asleep. That was his African side. Now that guy came to kill him.
Okay,
No, Stevie, if you got the ball,
You know-
if you got the ball, wasn't Ole going to clap for him?
Yeah.
If he didn't-
But why is
Still,
it? But
they
you
want
but
to
the
impress
thing
the
is, you
manager.
can get the ball in a less risky way.
But
and
it's
look at, and
by-
look, that was a second yellow
Is
card.
that-
That was
is
a second yellow card, right?
Yeah, but isn't
Wait.
Dubai known for being aggressive?
Yeah, but the thing is, you can be aggressive, but
But
also
not
aggressive
rash.
in a smart way.
Guys,
That was the
Yes.
moment. That was
No.
the time.
Okay,
Moise,
can I
Moise.
wait. Look, that was the second yellow card.
Yeah.
How did you get that first yellow card? See, didn't you almost kick a guy's face?
Nah, was that not a yellow card? It was Steve. The game was clearing. The game was
Did I
coming for the
just-
head that came under by his shoe.
But why is his use his head?
No, look,
Did
You
look,
guys,
listen.
you guys
no,
know
the
Bailey
one-
had just done a chop before. He done a chop. He was so excited. He was like, I'm not gonna let this ball go again. He wanted to do another chop, eh? Then
So many
Listen,
defenders
stop.
are
that
aggressive.
ball bounced in the D.
Bai is moving.
Bai bounced. No one was going to get for a header, so Bai jumped to kick it. He kicked it as he was coming down. His leg was still in the air. So that's now Stevie.
Oh, you saw? That's awkward as hell, man.
Oh, the
He
chest.
put
The
himself in that
chest.
situation.
That should have even been a direct red card. I don't
Look
know.
at him.
That should have been a direct red card.
It should. I think
It should have been a direct red card.
Kiki.
No,
even if he didn't mean
Tell
it.
me so.
No, the
Even if
thing
he
is,
didn't mean
he
it.
hit him on his chest with his studs.
No, how did he go like this or when his leg was coming
The
down?
studs were where?
But there's still, you see,
The stats-
no,
the
Kiki,
stats were high.
Even if he saw, that goes back to intention again. Even if he didn't mean it, he still kicked his goddamn chest.
Yeah, man.
I mean, the stats showing. In
I
fact,
know you're biased, Kiki. Guy, and you're saying something Otamendi.
Oh, yeah. So Otamendi. No, I just say Otamendi is decent, but like.
I think he's better than Bayern.
Yeah, but I'm saying.
Or maybe it's
what
just a
I'm
team
saying is
around him.
the traits. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just saying maybe. I'm just saying
It's a
maybe.
team around him.
What?
Let put Bayern City.
no, don't even dare.
No,
Mangala,
No, you can't, because you can't
Or
play.
bring-
He's not
or
good on the
bring-
ball.
Or bring Otamendi
Okay,
to
fine.
Manu.
Compare
He'd be
them.
better.
Compare them.
Then buy.
Because he has more authority and he's more of a. You know,
That's what I've always been telling you. We don't have anybody with authority at the back.
I feel like Bay is like such a quiet person. Anyway, my
He's
point is.
speaking in
I
France.
don't think he even shouts.
So like,
But,
like
yeah.
the thing is with Otamendi, like is buying in the sense that he also makes some rash decisions. But I think under Pep,
He's
Like,
mature.
He's matured a lot. I think
Really?
he was even in the he was in
But in the first season, he was the main centre back.
he wasn't he like
Until they signed Laporte.
he wasn't he in player of the season
Yeah, he
of the
was team
season
of the
last year.
season. Yeah, team of the season.
Yeah.
It shows everything. So I think Otamendi is a much better defender as of now.
Of La Liga.
I think
It's so easy to be in team of La Liga if you're
That's
not
not weird.
Messi.
Team of La
if you're-
Liga.
No, but think about it. If you just have Ramos, probably just I don't know what I was saying. But you see, if you just know, it's not that
It's
hard.
easy. Sorry.
It's not that hard
Continue.
in comparison.
So yeah, so by the way, so we're done with my take on top
I think so, yeah.
So now it's Kiki.
So
Oh,
who's your
it's
top
top
four
four.
from
Top
first?
four, yeah.
From first win.
First, City.
Uh-huh.
But I'd like to see Liverpool to win just to annoy the world.
Okay.
Just for the world to be annoyed. I'd like to see. Or the last game, you know how that one for Man City Man U in that year? That year where you guys won.
So Chelsea are playing Liverpool last.
And Van Dijk has
Bro, do you know how
That's the final match of the season for you guys.
No.
Nah, I
But
don't
it's
think
one of the last
It's one of the last ones. Just imagine.
It's
Van Dijk.
Van Dijk has slipped.
Or playing them
Higuain is through on ball. Oh
Name
my god. Then Alisson comes.
Higuain, Anderson saves it.
What?
Henderson.
Oh,
Alisson.
oh, Alisson saves it.
He can't.
Alisson. Oh, that's
He
the guy I meant.
Whoever will go around him, he go in, play with him.
Nah, so look, first is City.
Yeah.
They have tough games except Man U.
We have tough games. We have.
Yeah.
We should also consider this
You have
one
United
too.
again. You have
Can you see that
you have Spurs.
Let me show you Premier League.
Wycombe. They have Wycombe.
Why come back? Why do you keep on talking about these guys? Now I'm
Who is
honest.
Wycombe?
Ati Wycombe. Wycombe.
Oh, who is that?
Wycombe.
Ati Wycombe.
Who's Wycombe?
It's a league something team.
Some other team.
Oh no, it's Mebochi usually says that. It's Mebochi usually.
Wycombe.
Bro, why you?
Upcoming
You try saying,
fixtures
come
from
when you Spurs.
Manchester
City,
City. Yeah.
You're wild.
So we have Fulham. No.
Cardiff.
Yeah, Fulham next. Then Cardiff. Crystal Palace, but away. Crystal Palace
Then we
away.
open for Liverpool.
Crystal Palace
Nah,
away.
okay.
Then we have Spurs home. Then we have
We don't
United
even have
away.
that up.
We have United away. So it's a tough. Crystal Palace, we lost to them at home this season.
Then you have Spurs, then Man U.
then we have Spurs, then United. So those are the three games.
Back matches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then Burnley.
Like
Like
Palace.
that Palace, Spurs, Man U. That's not easy.
this one they're gonna lose.
I don't. Think,
I hope it's
I
Man U.
don't think we can afford to lose.
They
Trust
can't.
me, it's not
They can't.
about affording
Yes.
trying to afford losing.
No,
You
no,
will lose. It's just you're gonna lose.
Are you sure about
Yeah, this in the saddest way possible.
that? I don't think so.
See,
One of the three matches they're gonna
But
lose.
look,
I don't
let's
think
say
so.
you play those ones. Then now, man, you've played these ones. You've struggled. Tottenham
You
and
just don't like
Crystal
City.
Palace.
No,
And
no,
then
no.
No,
Man
I
City-
don't think we can struggle against Spurs. The only thing,
And this guy's
the only
not
reason
Spurs
I'm
fan.
even saying Spurs, our hard team is like.
Just for position wise.
No, it's like
Them
like yeah, exactly.
like Arsenal.
But they're never
You
good
never
against
know.
you guys.
They're never good, but you
then-
never know.
Look,
But
Stevie, it ends 1-0.
To
Imagine.
who?
Spurs.
Even
Yeah.
as we thought Arsenal is gonna be a walkover.
No, I thought so.
Ikaumana.
Aye, many guys said, but the
You see Eric
form man
Omondi?
is going to.
He said Rico he's giving out his wife. Because he thought he's gonna
But look
go
at
back.
Arsenal's form to Spurs. I'm not saying.
Okay, fine. What I'm saying is for Spurs, there's like, there's that unpredictability. With United, it's going to be tough because we've already slapped you at our place, and
Slapped up.
we slapped you up, and then and it's also
Okay.
Crystal Palace. I think it
They
can
have to
go.
beat
We have to like it's at their place.
Zaha.
You guys have so much to do again. Like
But why?
last season, they're the reason you guys almost.
But the reason why I'm comfortable, I'm a bit at ease, is because Fernandinho will be back. Our team will be healthy again. I think Stones will come out of injury.
Stones. That guy's been injured for long now.
Yeah, it's been a
Ah,
while.
way.
We have Stones, but I think if we just stuck to how we have been playing, and we switch it up from time to time, make it interesting. I think we can
So,
smash.
let me just see this.
Yeah. So yeah,
Fulham, Cardiff will beat.
Walk over, man. Crystal Palace is now where it begins. Our troubles begin. But if we walk over Crystal Palace, like if we smash them like 4-3-0, I think we can also walk over the next few games.
Okay, look. Who do you think has the easier run? Just tell me. Liverpool have Fulham, Spurs, Southampton, Chelsea, Cardiff, Huddersfield, Newcastle, Wolves. That's what they have.
They have easier
Easier
games.
games.
They have easier games.
Yeah.
However,
Is this top 4, top 2?
Fine. Wait.
Okay.
Let me just finish with this.
I feel like you're diverging.
Let me just finish with this.
Mm.
But you know how the way Spurs like to
I know.
draw
Yeah.
a lot to small teams.
You know they've only drawn once this season though.
No, they've drawn to Everton.
No, they've only drawn with Arsenal this season.
That's Liverpool will do with Everton.
No, Liverpool drew to United,
And Everton.
And Everton.
Everton, and someone else. I'm so
Chelsea.
sure. Yeah,
Chelsea.
was it? Yeah, Chelsea.
0-0.
1-1.
And it's like during
Remember
key
that
times.
Sturridge goal?
Sterling.
Oh, the
Yeah.
last minute one. Oh my
And it's
God.
during key times as well.
Sturridge just
I
played this
thought
season.
they've also drawn.
He even played against us.
You don't watch football. Yeah.
After when Bobby got injured, he came in.
Bobby.
You call him Bobby.
That's what they call
Whole
him.
United fan.
Bobby.
Whole United fan.
What do you mean to call
Anyway.
him? Robbie.
So, you're an idiot. What? Anyway, so
So I
This is-
continue.
yeah.
Continue.
Let's continue. Okay.
So, okay, leave first, second.
Yeah.
Third, it will be good for Arsenal to finish there.
No,
if
no,
you just show the
don't
season
say
we
don't
have-
say it's been good. It'd be good. Say what you think is happening.
We know me, Manu, man. Manu.
Yeah, then say Manu.
Then it's Manu, then Arsenal.
See, then you say
Then you
that.
should have said that.
It's complicated.
Right.
Should have been
You shy.
good.
You shy.
Manu's gonna beat you.
Let's see your fixtures.
But let me tell you,
These are Manu's fixtures.
can I answer? Wait, I'll answer this question. I
Let's
know
have them, yeah, right.
the answer to this question after we play our next Premier League match.
Hey,
I just want to see how we bounce
against
back.
Watford, do you think your benchmark is Watford?
Okay, now you see,
Yeah.
we want to see how we play. You know, we've lost to Arsenal.
Or you want to see about how you bounce back.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
is it because it's Watford we just beat them 1-0, or we actually go to give them 5?
Like other
I
players
don't think you
determined
can
to.
give Watford 5. Watford are quite strong.
No, but I'm saying even if you don't,
Yeah.
like they
Like,
were,
you
like
want
you had
to
5 clear chances.
You want to see that
see-
you guys played well.
Yeah.
I understand.
Then you have
So-
Wolves, giant killers over here. We have West Ham.
We have even Wolves
We're
tomorrow,
playing
FA
Wolves
Cup.
tomorrow.
Now
Yeah,
I'm
but this
saying
is in
Premier
Prem now.
League, bro. You have West Ham. West Ham also.
West Ham.
Yeah, they also drew to West Ham.
The first. Yeah, that was under him. That was under him.
Liverpool, I'm saying.
Oh, Liverpool. Yeah, they did draw to West Ham.
They
Yeah,
drew to West
so.
Ham. Key times. They only draw in key times. And they have to. Yeah. Anyway, so I was
So
saying.
top 4 is okay, 3 Manu, 4 Arsenal.
Arsenal.
But
Because
not-
you know, I feel like we're really
You know,
looking
your
down
run
on-
of fixtures are actually difficult in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Look, you,
compared to Arsenal.
Yeah,
Arsenal are
Arsenal have
done
the
with big
easiest even. Look, you guys have Watford at home, Wolves away, West Ham at home, Everton away, City at home, followed 3 days later to Chelsea at home, then Huddersfield
Before Everton is
West Ham. I don't know you can win, but
West Ham home.
West
away.
Ham, it's home.
if
You
you get
can win at home.
you can win, but if you're not careful, you can be really.
Because West Ham can.
Wallah,
You know,
West
just like
Ham at home.
Chicharito.
I love
you know
West Ham.
Pellegrini
I
will do it
love
for
Rome,
City.
love-
Pellegrini does do it for City,
Yeah,
trust.
for sure.
Even though there's nothing you guys are
But
fighting for.
I
with
think
City.
we actually have one of the toughest. Out
And
of the
then,
4.
then your last 2 games are easy. Huddersfield
Huddersfield
away
away.
and Cardiff at home.
Cardiff is
I heard that we
what's his
Akina
name?
Zohor.
The guy who
We
was great in
didn't
Israel.
beat Cardiff 5-5. That was the first leg.
We beat Cardiff. The first game, Ole came, so we're playing Cardiff.
Yeah, the first leg.
Yeah, that's the first time we played.
Wow, I thought
See
that
the
was
one
second
for
time.
Martial
The-
Tiki Taka.
Is that the one?
Yeah.
Who scored the free kick? Was it Rashford?
Rashford.
It was against them, yeah. So that's your last game of the season. I mean, I think those are really tough, to be very honest.
Well, like, I think we have the toughest out of
The top,
Chelsea, Spurs, and
Chelsea
Arsenal.
also
Not
have
Chelsea stuff, 'cause-
Remember we have to have a game.
our next one is
Chelsea-
Everton away,
Chelsea-
Cardiff away.
West Ham.
Yes,
But
at home.
hasn't that been,
Liverpool away.
This
has
is-
that counted the
This
game
is
in hand?
order. This is in
No, it
order.
doesn't count the game in hand.
No, this hasn't counted because the Brighton game is still, they don't know when it's coming.
Is it TBC?
Yeah, TBC.
So there's Everton away, Cardiff away, West Ham at home for us, Liverpool away, at Chelsea, Burnley at home, United away, Watford home, and Leicester away. And Leicester beat us at home. Oh, damn. So,
Hey, Leicester,
I think that's
yeah.
hard.
Yeah.
I think that's
For you guys.
super difficult. Yeah. Like,
No, let me
especially if we're
finish.
not okay, because let me tell you, Chelsea, if we decide to, we can beat all of these teams,
Yeah.
all of them,
Yeah.
including Liverpool, including United. If we decide, no, like even Chelsea, like this team on our day. But think of it this way: look at how he started.
I'm confused.
No, I haven't seen. I'm just haven't used.
He looked at me bad like, yo.
I'm not saying think of it's because of the you say even you are looking at me in a funny way. Anyway, point is, just look at the Chelsea start this season. I know it would be hard to emulate because a lot of things have happened over the course of the season. But just look at it this way. Look at it this way. We did beat Spurs. I mean, trying to lose is not a good thing, but it's
Yeah.
also not the worst thing in the world.
We could have lost.
And I think this Everton game is also critical for us, in my opinion, because Everton are a team who will probably sit back and defend against us, which is what we struggle against.
Then attack you on the last minute.
That's exactly it. Not necessarily last minute, but just on counter.
Okay, can I finish?
Let's keep
Oh, sorry.
So I said, okay, I feel like we're looking down on Spurs. I feel like they can finish 5th.
Over Chelsea.
I don't think so.
Are you looking down on that?
So
But see, the thing is, Chelsea can easily finish 5th. But the thing is, I don't think Tottenham will let themselves sleep until 6th.
Yeah.
I think they will.
I think
can't.
they can. I think
They can, but I don't think they'll allow
So you
themselves.
think Chelsea can?
But no, it's not that you're already sleeping. You're already there.
See, that's the difference.
I'm from 3rd to 6th.
they can drop hard.
But you're saying it like it's that. The thing is, it's just.
I'm not saying Chelsea can't
No,
play.
wait. You're saying it like it's like 4. It's only like a 3-point difference between 3rd and 6th.
They can steep hard.
But see,
Okay.
Spurs work well under pressure.
But
Spurs.
no, they
Spurs
don't.
do well.
No, they don't.
Trust.
What do
You
they've
think-
just lost their last 3
Listen.
matches under pressure for the
Listen,
league.
you see this next matches, yeah? Nobody's catching up with them.
I'll give you an
Are
example.
you saying
Nobody's
Spurs is good under pressure?
I'll give
Yeah,
you an
I'm telling you,
example.
nobody's going
So
to
I think
this
they're the
was-
biggest
listen,
one.
yes.
You're saying Arsenal and Man U won't pass them.
No, you won't pass them.
Oh my god.
You're saying we're
Actually,
finishing
you're telling me
fourth
the biggest
or
bottlers in
fifth?
the biggest
Fourth.
bottlers in England are the best under the pressure.
Trust me. You see, this was the only weekend we all had to catch up with them. This is the only weekend we all had to catch
Nigel,
up.
the
We
biggest
bottled our
bottlers.
chance when we lost to Arsenal.
So
What do you mean?
Arsenal, we lost to
let Kiki
Spurs.
finish. Oh, we'll get to you. Let Kiki finish though.
I don't think. Now, first of all, Arsenal
But
and
you
Man
said
U
it's
are
down
passing Tottenham. That's confirmed.
Okay.
Tottenham, look,
Come
1
on.
point.
Uh,
They're 1 point ahead of Tottenham. Arsenal.
yeah.
They've already come down to 4th.
Yeah.
As for 2 points, is it 2 or 3?
Yeah.
Man
3
U.
from
Tottenham.
From Tottenham, yeah.
We're 3 from Tottenham. You guys are 1 point behind us.
Yeah.
Okay, it makes sense. You can come 6th.
I'm saying it's so easy. It's so
No.
easy to never have a point.
No, but listen, the thing is, I was just looking at it this way. A team to allow, themselves to drop from 3rd to 6th.
It's not that hard.
And what are Spurs? Are those Spurs have tough games?
Let me tell you. Let me read you their fixtures.
Spurs hard.
So Spurs,
Except
their
Man
next
U,
fixtures.
Chelsea.
Okay, first of all, they have Liverpool away.
Next.
Yeah, the next game Liverpool away. And see that can mess it up for you.
That's
because
okay.
That no, not this weekend. It's on 30th,
Brighton,
which is
Liverpool
Oh,
away at
okay.
Anfield.
that's what I'm saying. So
That's
now,
60.
what I'm saying is, can I tell you why that can be the worst now? If they lose that, and let's say
They also play
Arsenal, you guys, all of us win, right? Arsenal, United, and Chelsea win. Just know they're already in 5th.
Yeah.
And Chelsea will be 1, 2, 3, 1 point behind them.
Okay.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be 1 point behind them. So it's very easy for them to slip up. Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
This one game will take them into 5th if they don't win. Simply. And then they have who next? They have Brighton at home easy. Huddersfield at home easy. Then they have City away, bro. And then United, West Ham United at home. Bournemouth away and Everton at home on the last day. These are not easy fixtures, Kiki. They're only 2 easy fixtures out of how many?
And I can see them losing to any of them.
If they're not
The
okay.
small
They
teams.
can
They
lose to
lost to
Brighton.
Burnley.
They can lose to Bournemouth.
Bournemouth are bad one.
Bournemouth. Like,
the only
they're
game
not
you can
disabled.
say they win and not win by much is Huddersfield.
Huddersfield. And like also Huddersfield in relegation battle.
They're 20th.
Bruh, let me tell you,
They're
they'll
below
fight.
Fulham.
Yeah.
Fulham is 19th.
Yeah.
18th?
Never mind.
Cardiff.
I was about to say, they'll
I can't.
fight. Okay, what's the relegation battle looking
So
like?
Burnley, let's start it from. Actually, it's from 14th, in my opinion. Not from 14th, from
These teams are
from
not.
15th. Brighton 30
Who's
points.
playing Cardiff though?
What do you, the next.
The last game.
Oh.
So here's the thing.
Fight.
Brighton on 33 points. And
Oh,
in
that
15th.
can be
That's
helpful.
can be-
Southampton on 30 points in 16th. Burnley on 30 in 17th. Cardiff on 28.
Yeah.
They can still stay up. Huddersfield, Fulham and Huddersfield are going down for sure. 14th and 17th respectively, getting at least 10 points is hard in
Yeah.
the next 9.
Teams
9
playing
or so
Cardiff will
fixtures.
have a challenge. Teams playing
Definitely.
Cardiff and
Cardiff needed
Burnley.
the most.
Cardiff
Cardiff and
and
Burnley,
Burnley.
yeah, and as well as Southampton.
Yeah.
But you know,
Burnley,
Crystal
yeah.
Palace are not that far off.
Whoa.
Crystal Palace on 33.
What happened?
Yeah,
They've dropped points.
Why?
What?
Ucardi,
Fine,
Ucardi
we're
said,
rolling over Crystal Palace. Then.
you have to.
Yeah, we have to.
But let's look
no,
at the recent games.
even though
But
they're
dropping
down there,
points.
they're not an easy team.
Yeah, I'm not saying they're an easy team. I'm just saying like it's surprising. You know?
Well, that
They-
like
they-
top
what was
10.
the-
That
they
top
won
10
the
is
last
actually
game.
quite tight.
Yeah.
Also, yeah. It's like 1 point between 10th and 12th. Jesus. Hey, Premier League is interesting.
So also just
So-
wrap up here.
So my final thing is Man City, Liverpool, Man U, Arsenal, Chelsea. It has to be Chelsea then Spurs.
Chelsea and Spurs. So you think you have dropped to 6th? Drop to 6th, yeah?
Hmm?
You think they'll drop to 6th?
Yeah, I've just seen the points and the games,
Hey. Stuff.
and there's no way
Mm.
if Chelsea knows they can pass all Tottenham. Yeah, Tottenham is 4th, and Chelsea know they can pass them. They won't stop fighting.
Okay.
Okay.
Nige.
Mr. Hogan, hey, tell us.
Now, let me tell you. You reckon Lukaku is injured?
Oh,
Really?
Yeah, foot
Yeah.
injury.
Rashford.
Rashford is tired.
Look, it's nice that Rashford striker. Martial
Ah.
left. I don't know why Rashford was removed. What was removed?
No.
Odalo was removed for against Arsenal.
Yeah,
I wanted Rashford to Lukaku to be removed. They play Rashford central.
But see, the thing is, it
Lukaku
makes
can play
sense.
the
But it
wing.
makes sense. He's just bringing an attacker for a defender.
Attacker for
So you said Dalo came off.
came off. He's playing right wing.
Who came off?
Dalo came off. He's playing right wing.
This
Oh.
Kiki, do you
But
know
you see,
Lukaku
for
plays that
who-
way
for
as
who?
well? He plays
For
the.
who?
He came on for.
Okay, who did Dalo come off for? Did Dalo come on or
So
come
he
off?
he came off.
He started
He
right
started
wing.
off.
Okay, so who subbed him off?
Who was it? Martial came in then.
But I think it makes perfect sense.
Yeah, Martial is the one who came in.
For Dalo.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Rashford.
Then
Rashford played
Then Rashford
right.
went central, then Lukaku went to wing.
I wanted Lukaku to get out. Let Dalo play.
Can I tell you
Dalo
why?
is dangerous. on the
Dalo
right
is
wing.
dangerous, but who's more of an attacking player?
No, then you play Rashford
It's Luke,
striker.
man.
You tell me no. Look,
But look,
Kiki, I
who's
don't-
more likely to get you goals from like you know, Lukaku is a strong figure. He'll,
how many headers has he scored this season?
I don't know.
Kiki,
I
do you
think
know
he's
getting
Lukaku?
bad this season.
It's still after minutes left.
Kiki, do you know like Lukaku plays the wing? You do know that, yeah?
I know he plays.
He's been
right
playing
wing.
like that. Those guys have been switching this whole time, and
Rashford-
they've all been scoring.
Nah, I didn't want it like that.
Fine.
Anyway, as I was saying, yeah,
He's
You're saying just finish.
Lukaku
Just
is injured.
Just talk about
Lukaku is
it.
injured, so this adds to an injury woes which would now decide. What's it called?
Fine. So then do
Yeah,
you?
wait,
do you
watch
run-
out.
Do you run up? Wait.
Which could
Well,
hamper our top
understand
four
that.
thing. Yeah, and so now I think Spurs are gonna remain top three. Then the challenge is gonna be for fourth.
Okay.
That's what they usually
Top
gonna.
three, they're already fourth.
Who?
Spurs.
Spurs are third.
Pause.
Did you just say Arsenal was ahead of them by a point?
I said that's one behind them. But yeah, you.
Yeah, so I say it's gonna remain like that for the top three.
Mhm.
Although you guys might say otherwise, but I think it's gonna remain like that for the
No,
top
just
three.
finish.
Relax.
I'm saying just talk, as in we're not going to interrupt.
And Arsenal, I actually confused between Arsenal and United because Arsenal, they have something that they do that they always finish number 4, no matter what.
Okay.
You get to
Well,
it.
that's
Watching
very,
recent years of what
that's not very informed. That's not a very.
It's not a very.
educated
It's
decision.
not.
It's just by chance.
It's not as informed, but there's something that they usually do. You find them no matter how bad the season is, they'll have qualified for Champions League. And I think
Not
and,
really. If you
Emery-
look at the last 2
no,
seasons.
the Emery, and the Emery, they're gonna find that whatever makes them tick and finish the top 4.
So that's your
So,
top
Yeah,
four.
basically, it's
So-
So
And who's winning the
third
league?
is Tottenham.
Spurs.
Who's
Yeah.
winning the league?
you City.
Nah,
And I have City than Liverpool because Liverpool. Ooh,
so it's,
worst Okay, I'm saying that because of that.
it's funny a United fan can complain about Liverpool.
You know, the rivalry between United and Liverpool is just too
Not
much.
even your
Even
neighbors.
you're not even a threat anymore.
Are you sure?
As compared to Liverpool,
They're not
You
a
can't
threat
com-
because they're much better than you.
No, you're not understanding. The rivalry between us and you guys.
But okay, fine.
Our rivalry between with you guys.
So you're talking history.
In fact, of recent times,
See, rivalries from history.
Okay,
But if
fine.
you're talking
I'm
about-
just saying.
Yeah.
So you're talking history.
Yeah, I'm saying our rivalry with
that
you
was in my
guys.
opening remarks. So is that what you're
What else do you wait? Just a sec. What else do you want me to talk about?
No, I'm just saying. I'm saying your neighbors over.
You're not listen.
I'm just pointing it out.
But I'm saying between the two of us, you guys, we don't have as much history with you guys as compared to what we have with Chelsea.
That's what I'm saying. It's fine.
Yeah.
I've
It's
understood.
just that it's a derby. That's
So
what
what are you
that's
arguing about
That's
you
what-
guys?
I'm just,
Nothing
I'm just
to
telling
argue
you.
about.
I'm just telling you. It's just that Chelsea is a derby. That's why it's big.
Okay, fine. I understand that. Man just said over your name. I'm just saying that. I was just pointing out. It's interesting.
So your top 4 is City, Liverpool, Spurs, you get.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. So I didn't give my top
But you
4.
know, if we reach for 4 Premier Leagues, we're on our way. You know that,
So-
right?
So my top
Until
4,
Pep leaves.
my top 4 would probably be.
Things spiral down.
The same as Ferguson.
Uh-huh.
So
It's
the
not-
top 4.
You know that's the.
This is
Let's
diversion.
talk. Let's
Bayern. That's what's happening to Bayern.
Bayern. Yeah.
So you're not Bayern.
Actually, not okay.
That's
So my top 4 is City first. The way things are going. Liverpool second, United third, and Chelsea fourth. So I know it's of course there's a certain amount of bias.
Who's third? United.
United, then Chelsea fourth.
And Arsenal.
Arsenal.
I don't
fifth.
care about fourth. Maybe that one can whatever. Like below that I wouldn't know.
Okay.
So
But
saying
most likely
Arsenal-
Arsenal fifth.
Okay.
You see, so you're saying you'll pass Arsenal and
Yeah.
Spurs.
Yeah. Of course, there's an element of bias towards this. Towards this, like, but I just all this is actually based on a lot of ifs. You know what I mean? Like all these games, you can easily lose one that you're expected to win and vice versa.
Fine. Yeah.
And so, I feel like there's a certain amount of quality in Chelsea that if we really knuckle down and put ourselves proper, we can take top 4
Yeah.
with a certain amount of comfort, you know. And I think Arsenal won't make it into the top 4 squarely because Chelsea. Okay, first of all, you know we also have the Chelsea and Arsenal both have the avenue of Europa League.
Yeah.
And the thing is, Arsenal are more focused on Europa League in the sense that, okay, Chelsea, we would rather, well, from what I've read is that the board, they would be happy with us getting qualification through. They would be happy with us being in Champions League, but they would rather it be through top 4 football, like getting to top 4,
Right.
rather than the avenue of Europa League. And so I feel like that's another reason why Sarri's job is also in the sense of the line on that issue. But I just want to think of it the same. Again, I'll go back to the Carabao Cup final.
Mm-hmm.
Chelsea, City. We pushed you guys the distance, and if we can take any and we had very good chance we could have finished you guys off in 90 minutes, you know. And if we are really serious about this, if Hazard pushes for his last few fixtures for Chelsea, if he's going, we can actually take top 4. United are just everything's just going right for United, more or less. Apart from the recent loss, which could either be just a stumble or the result to just a run of bad games.
Yeah.
It could easily be either. Because a lot of fatigue in the team, a lot of fatigue, because as we haven't necessarily gone this far in the Champions League for the longest time.
Mm-hmm.
So you know what I mean?
We went with Van Gaal.
For the longest time. Where did you reach with that?
We reached the exact same place we are now.
Quarter.
Yeah.
And
We
also
played who?
We played round of 16. We made a comeback.
against
Bassey scored a hat trick, and then we went to.
When Van Gaal was here in what year?
And then we went.
Right.
And then we
in
went
Van
to.
Gaal's second season.
No, I think it was.
It can't be his first because he gets
remember.
27.
When was before Van Persie? I just know Van Persie was there.
Was
Sure
he
that's
he
Van
wasn't
Gaal.
there in your second season.
Van Persie.
Yeah.
I feel like Van Persie left a long time ago.
Van
So-
Persie wasn't there in Van Gaal's second season.
So yeah, but then it was his first season.
But how
I
some
don't
possible you're in Europa?
I don't know how, but we.
You were in Europa.
We went with that. We were.
You were in Europa. Then how many seasons ago is that?
Was it? Wait, let me check. But I think it was.
Yeah, it was in Moyes though. You lost to Bayern in the quarterfinals. I remember. You see, the thing is now how long ago is that? Compare your team then, compare your team now. It's almost afresh. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. It's new
Except
territory
Diana.
for the players. It's a
Smalling,
revamped team.
yeah.
Like I mean, but Smalling wasn't the same.
No, we get your point.
Exactly. So what I'm trying to say is fatigue. Like Rashford looks like if you looked at Rashford against United, he just looked like a.
Against United.
I mean, against Arsenal, he didn't look like himself in my opinion. Remember the some weird shot he took. He just didn't. He just looked out of it. He looks very tired.
He's tired of
And him man is gonna play international football, and his is more important as because it's a Nations League stuff, isn't it?
Yeah. No, this time it's Euro 2020.
No,
Yeah,
It's
that's,
Euro qualifiers.
yeah, but
First
yeah, see, but then they have to,
Right now
that's
it's
part of the
international
qualifiers for
league,
Euro
yeah.
2020
Oh.
Nations League. Those guys made to the final four. So England one of them. So exactly doesn't make it any easier for you guys with and as well as some of your injuries. And so, but everything's just going right for you guys. What I'm trying to say, that if you continue, you guys will probably get that easily. And for Spurs, Spurs are just a different case in the sense that they're bottlers, plain and simple. If you look at, and also the Champions League issue again. I mean, they're weird. They'll beat Dortmund one day and then the next day they'll lose to Burnley.
But Dortmund was the bottlers.
They're also bottlers, yes, but you know what I mean.
I know what you're saying. Yeah.
In the sense of this, it's a tougher team at the end of the day, and so that's why I see them coming probably 6th. And Arsenal, you know, they're more likely to focus on Europa League, is what I'm trying to say. While City are just going on a match. I don't see City sleeping up in the sense that Liverpool might. And in fact, in our fixtures for Chelsea, I only probably see us losing to Liverpool, and United getting a draw. And so yeah, that's what I have to say about that. So my top 4 is City, Liverpool, United, Chelsea. And that's all I have to say for that. And unless you want to add anything before you wrap up. You're good with your top 4s?
Top 4s is good. I think this is like the only podcast where we agree on something.
We've been less argumentative. Argumentative, yeah.
But guys, let's go. Everyone just stand.
Okay, everyone's looking at you like,
what is going on about?
Alright, so let's go through like those questions.
So it's safe to agree that the Prem is the most competitive league, yeah? Is it safe to agree that the Prem is the most competitive?
It's the top.
Competitive, one of the best.
Competitive, one of the best. Not the best, yeah.
What's the best?
In terms of quality of football, I say La Liga.
La Liga.
In terms of quality of football, I use this as a benchmark.
There's a whole competition to figure out which one is the best league. And so time and time
again. But I feel like the Champions League is. I know.
Champions League is rigged.
I don't think
it's rigged.
So much when I say that, I'm not allowed to say.
See, I agree with you on that.
No, you never do.
I haven't sent you the thing showing you how rigged it is.
Okay, wait first before you go to that. I only this as a benchmark. Do you ever think that Everton can beat Sevilla?
No.
Then I feel like that says everything about it. Anyway,
Sevilla, you know Sevilla.
Sevilla, but they've smashed you before.
Exactly, it's my point.
And you're top 40
in the Champions League, yeah?
Yeah.
See, they qualify for the Champions League. But
okay, fine. Villarreal. Not Villarreal, but rather Valencia, rather.
No, Sevilla still not. They haven't even qualified.
Valencia
play. They're in Europa right now.
Yeah.
See, Everton don't even qualify
Europa.
Okay, fine. What do you want me to say?
You see, do Sevilla,
Arsenal.
Chelsea.
Would you say
Chelsea would beat them?
No, I'm saying Arsenal. See, do you think Arsenal can last against Sevilla?
Yeah, easily.
Oh god.
No, Sevilla is bad news.
They may be bad news, but
Sevilla push teams like Barcelona.
Look at the team that Arsenal has.
Let me ask you. Okay, look, teams like Sevilla. I'm saying teams like Sevilla always push teams like Barcelona.
Yeah.
Like they never even if they're beaten, it's like after.
I think those teams.
Wait. Yeah. So I don't think Arsenal could easily. You said that now you're saying the same way. So let's use Sevilla Arsenal around 4th place. Yeah, Arsenal will never last a game against Barcelona, in my opinion.
Can I tell you why? Yeah. I honestly think it's that this small team in the Liga, yeah.
They're not small.
They're just there to provide a platform for the Barcelona. And
what?
So relax, they finish, you guys.
They've been put
there, like to help Barcelona, have this sort of formation that to break down hard teams, you know.
Actually,
you guys are so in a rush to judge.
Yeah, but that doesn't make sense.
You see the way City, let's say City are playing against a very defensive team. Yeah. Now, so they'll have to look for different ways, like the coach is gonna have the option to try.
No, but then you're saying,
it's like that's
okay.
Maybe I said hired them.
Maybe I said.
You're saying La Liga hired those teams to.
Maybe I said it bad. Maybe I said it bad.
Yeah, but see then that goes for every big team in Europe.
Yeah.
No, but I'm.
So when Huddersfield are beaten 6 by City. So when Huddersfield are beaten 6 by City, does that mean that they are platform for City to become better in Champions League?
No, you don't understand. Like I'm saying.
That's exactly what you said. Though.
I'm saying like they're there. Okay, maybe I said it badly.
First of all, you can't say they're there for something. They're there to play the league.
Yeah. They're
playing the league, yeah. But if you look at it most of the time when they face Barcelona, they go defensive. Teaching like they end up showing Barcelona different ways to
go attacking against City.
They do try.
Funny you're telling these guys don't try when they score 2 against whatever.
You see, a good example is Watford. Not Watford. Wolves.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Wolves.
Do you think Valencia would beat Watford?
Watford.
Yeah.
Z.
On a day.
Z.
See, you see, Valencia's
No,
qualified.
Valencia beat
Valencia.
Watford.
Oh yeah.
Valencia qualified for the Champions League and all that.
They
No,
did
they're
it.
Europa.
You can't
But you see,
Okay,
they
look at
qualified
where
for all
Watford
that.
are. Look at where
They
Watford
qualified
are.
for all that.
Wait, where are Watford right now?
I'm not sure.
They're in a Europa place.
Yeah.
And Valencia
And
are same.
Valencia
and
will
Valencia
qualify
same.
for Europa. how
I'm
many
saying,
years
oh
in a
my
row?
god, that history doesn't matter.
But look at it.
I'm
this
saying
is-
as of
this is
now.
the first time. This is the first time they're
what?
going.
Yeah, so
going there.
yes, why can't I use them?
Right, use them.
Do you think this season? That's what I'm saying. This season, Watford. Do you think they'll beat this season's Valencia? No
No,
chance.
I don't think so. But
Then that says everything about which team has a better quality of football.
Currently, we're not talking about back in the day. We're talking about right now.
just think about this. These guys have been playing in Europa League all this time.
Fine.
So what does that
They've
change?
consistently been there. They've like consistently been aiming there.
Okay.
Watford have been fighting. There's a time they're fighting for relegation, rather than the top half of the table.
Okay, can I give you another example? When Everton were in the Europa League, why didn't they do well? They didn't even get past group stages.
And
Like,
exactly, because you see the La Liga teams that are usually almost every time.
So you're saying it's
the same
practice?
teams that are going there. through
You
that.
try to say
Nigel, you know what you're
practice makes
saying?
perfect.
You're saying, because for example, you're saying
They play
the way Real Madrid have been in the Champions League the whole time, they can't be beaten by Ajax. What happened?
Yeah.
That's basically what you're
That's
saying.
basically what you're saying.
And-
Because they have experience, they can't check Champions
No,
League.
you're not understanding what I'm saying. I haven't used that. See, the thing is, Madrid, we understand they're going through a reshuffling.
No, but it's
I don't
what
think
you're
so.
bringing
saying.
out so
I
many
think
factors.
Why are you bringing out all the
You're bringing out so many factors. I'm just saying.
See, you guys give the example.
Yeah, but
you guys give the
we're not-
example of
we're not-
Madrid. But now I'm telling you, Madrid are going through a reshuffling. That's when you can
I'm saying that
understand.
doesn't matter because I'm talking
But they're
about the
still
game
even
of
10
football.
times better than Ajax on paper.
And that team they put, they have a Ballon d'Or winner, they have Bale, they have Cruz,
Yeah.
then they're beaten by 21-year-olds.
They have Courtois, Mendy.
Bana.
Ah, come
You
on.
guys was just
Nigel,
chatting.
please.
Just chatting.
You guys say whatever you want to say, but I didn't think those guys would
It's-
just been.
Look,
The first-
and I'm giving my point.
And remember
Valencia
your
seventh.
original point.
No, the original point was these guys said these guys have been brought to help. It's like to help.
That's why I said-
No, his original point was
Sevilla
the
six.
Premier
They're not
League
even in top
is,
four.
it's the most competitive, but it's not the best.
That's
I
what
didn't
they're
say it's
saying.
not the best. I asked if it's. Do you guys think Premier League is the best? Stevie's
No,
not
you
saying
said
it's not
yes.
the best.
Yeah.
No, you
Yeah, we
said
said
you asked if
that.
it's the most. You asked if it's the most competitive.
Yeah. Then Stevie said
It's the most
I
competitive.
said it's the most
But it's not the
competitive, but
best.
not the best.
Yeah. Then why is he quoting me saying that?
Because you're saying no. That's what the original point was.
I didn't refuse Stevie's. I just said. Stevie's the one who said that we compared the teams. Then
Yeah.
he said Sevilla.
Yeah.
He said
Yeah,
Sevilla, yeah? Or
yeah.
Valencia.
So then what's
Sevilla,
the point?
both of
Because he's
them. And
helping
Sevilla
his,
six.
because he's
Yeah,
helping
man.
his-
I just
his
and I
account,
said
and you were trying to
and I
counter
said
that.
I think honestly that those teams are there, but I said it badly.
No, I'm not saying you're saying it badly. I'm just saying that you disagreeing with this point, I felt was like disagreeing with the entire point.
Yeah.
Get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get you.
With this example, it's like this. I'm just saying. I'm not trying to like cause anything. Like,
But me, I'm just gonna tell you like that was a dumb comparison. Those things, some things you are saying are not easy.
Honestly, don't think so.
you don't think it's the most? It's
So what do you think? So
It's
for you,
like
the best
these guys,
thing
you
is
see, these guys have been qualifying for that thing consistently. At least they have a bit of experience in it.
So, but I'm okay. Fine.
This Watford team, yeah.
Okay, so when
Next
I brought
season,
up
we'll find
Everton,
out
why
they're
can't you
fighting
let
for
me bring up
relegation.
Everton?
But you'll find Valencia, the same. I mean Sevilla, the same team,
Uh-huh.
is now in Champions League. You see,
But they're not.
no, next season I'm saying.
They
next
won't be.
season.
They're sixth.
I'm just saying it's an example. You'll find that next season they're 6, but while Watford are fighting for relegation. You see, that's the
But that's
difference.
previous. That's what I was trying to say this season.
Yeah.
But look, Valencia, there's a point they're fighting for relegation when Gary Neville was manager.
When was that?
2017.
Now where are they?
They're seventh.
How many teams have in that space? Yeah.
Mm.
How many? There's not been any single Prem team that's returned.
Okay,
to Europe.
then who's?
Huh?
Like you see the top 4. Those teams always go back to back in Champions League. Yeah. You get what I'm trying to say?
Like-
Okay, but
They-
Getafe,
like-
Getafe,
like-
are
like
top
Getafe
4 right
are
now, and they were fighting. They've been fighting relegation all this time. They're top
And
4
Getafe
now.
are fourth. Yeah.
They're 4th now. Getafe.
Alaves are in fifth.
Exactly what I'm saying. Yeah, if they qualify for Champions League next season, yeah, you couldn't expect them. Like you cannot expect them, but it's gonna be like an Everton thing.
Okay.
But look,
See-
okay, yeah, but fine. But
But-
Everton, see on paper they're apparently better, apparently than Kina Valencia. No, but they checked in group stages last time in Europa,
Yeah.
which was last with Kina Rooney and all. Pretty
What
much point that.
I even forgot what they were.
And just look at the football they play. They don't play good football in comparison to your other, like Kina Valencia. That's what I'm trying to say. let it be more competitive.
It's
but-
more competitive. I think even La Liga these days is becoming more competitive. It's just too boring to watch.
Even Bundesliga is more, in a sense, is competitive. But anyway, the point is,
How about Syria?
Ronaldo said it's the hardest league.
Have you seen the
He's
table
saying
for
he's
Syria?
really struggling there.
Have you seen
Like
the
he's
table?
saying it's harder than Premier League
When
and La
in
Liga.
Premier League he played golf. Allah,
this guy is not
this
easy.
guy is not okay.
Guys, have you seen the
But
table
you
for
bet
Syria?
No, he actually said he didn't expect it to be this hard. That's
No,
what
he
he said.
said it's harder than Premier League and La Liga.
Hey, when was this?
Check, I'm telling you, Ronaldo said it's harder than Premier League.
Guys, can I tell you the
And
point?
he said that it's because of lack of goals.
Listen to this,
He's
yeah?
finding it
This
harder
is
to
Syria.
score.
Yeah, ignore Juve have already
actually
won.
said
They're
that.
75
But
points.
how he said that? Why
Chill,
he said
chill,
that
chill.
at all?
Juve have 75 points.
Yeah.
Napoli 57.
That's second keeping.
Yeah, I said.
I'm telling Kiki.
57.
Milan have
That's what Ronaldo
51.
said.
That's 41.
51.
You believe what
51,
Ronaldo
yeah.
is saying?
And you said Napoli off
57.
57, 50.
Inter
Maybe it's personal.
Inter
Yes.
is 50.
That's because he's getting
Roma 47.
He's not-
Torino 44.
Mm.
Atlanta 44.
Atalanta.
Atalanta 44. Lazio
Oh,
42. Sampdoria 39.
Okay, that's
Fiorentina 37. Parma 33.
Parma. Hey, my friends. Read slowly.
Parma.
It's
Parma.
Slowly.
33.
Read slowly.
33. Mnasemaje?
Sassuolo.
Sassuolo 32.
Sassuolo.
Unasemanga aje kwenyu?
And then that one.
Yo,
30.
you guys, the
It's a-
Champions League draw has been leaked.
Leaked.
I saw it. Juventus Ajax.
Liverpool,
I mean,
Ajax,
Juventus.
Juventus, Porto, Man United, Spurs, Barcelona, City. Yeah.
If that's the actual draw.
No, that's just.
I know.
No, I'm
But
saying.
if that's the actual
but remember,
draw.
last time it was leaked. Last time they did a
Oh,
mock
yeah,
thing
yeah,
and
yeah.
it was the exact same thing.
I'd be so happy.
That's actually probably correct. That's actually probably
I'd be
correct.
so happy.
Oh my.
That's why we
God.
face Spurs.
You see, they're trying to take away English teams.
I hope this isn't true.
I hope Spurs slap you up.
But I hope this is City Barcelona.
Juventus
will be real.
Porto.
That's
That's been
I
dream.
hope it has.
What do you mean, Speedy?
But it's okay. We've beaten Barcelona before.
Man, I hope it's like that.
Yeah.
I hope we're facing Porto us.
It was during the time.
No, that's the
when
late one.
It was Pellegrini's time. Yeah. We
Oh.
beat them. It was like in group stages.
Okay, I remember
So,
that.
yeah.
That's no.
They smacked us at home. I know in Camp Nou, then in the glorious Etihad. It was a 3-1 victory.
Okay, I hope we face Porto.
That's interesting.
I hope
That's
we really
interesting.
face Porto.
It's today at 6.
You guys, Spurs United would be like one of the best.
But that,
Oh,
I feel like we've already. I feel like I've already watched that match.
But I feel like Spurs would wreck you guys.
Why is Liverpool
If you're not
better
careful.
than Ajax?
If you're not careful, yeah.
Because look, Spurs in the Champions League are different.
I bet
Spurs in
they'll
the
be-
Prem.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Let's just
What?
like
And then
that.
this is the season
Don't mean
This
so.
is season we're talking about. No, actually, imagine.
Yeah.
I was reading some article. He apparently is becoming irrelevant. He's become more irrelevant since Kane came back.
Which makes sense. But
So-
doesn't mean he can't play well.
Yeah,
A song can
But
smack.
I'm saying, I'm already glad of that.
Still
because-
sure.
Smack. Like, remember Chelsea when the first game?
Hey, Spurs gave us like these.
Jamaa, if you want me to tumalize.
So yeah.
Okay, fine. So yeah, we diverged just a bit.
But I don't think this is real. Disclaimer: this might not
Where's
be
your source? Where's the source?
stray offside. But then listen. But then it looks legit. Is
Let
what
me
I'm
see.
saying. It looks
Taking
like a
a picture
screenshot.
of.
It looks like a picture of like some.
But you
official-
know, let me tell you.
Photoshop.
Let me tell you, Champions League
Yeah.
are not. I mean, UEFA are not the UEFA are very sketchy people. Let me just say
True.
that. So I believe
It
this.
could be predetermined.
Yeah, I feel like they predetermine these things as time.
Ah,
Yeah, but
just-
then this time around, once the draw is made, you guys get to know who you're facing next.
Oh, it's like World Cup in a sense.
Yeah.
Are they doing it like that?
Yeah, it's like that.
At if you
Like,
when it's
like
drawn, you know how you will face.
Who will
enemies.
face next in semis?
That's what they're doing this year.
Yeah,
Are you sure?
yeah, that's what
That
they're
actually
doing.
makes it better
It's
in
That's
terms
so
of
cool. Yeah.
like.
And imagine if they're doing this now, so semis is harder. Imagine they leak it like imagine
Most
they set
likely.
it like this.
Okay,
I
fine.
think they do that.
And let's use this to like get like who will be in the semis.
Yeah, let's okay. Assuming these are right, let's just do quick
This is
predictions.
right. Quick. Liverpool Ajax, Liverpool obviously, so Liverpool are through.
Then just imagine.
Juventus Porto,
Juventus.
No, just imagine it's like this. Liverpool Ajax,
Match.
the winner will be facing
Pepe
whether
Pepe versus
Juventus or
Ronaldo.
Porto.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
Stevie, look.
Why
Pep
we
will
did
Pep
this?
will leave and let
Listen,
him win.
Stevie.
No.
Since they're in an order,
Yeah.
like this, you're saying Liverpool Ajax
Mm.
versus the winner there will face Juventus. The winner of Juventus Porto.
Yeah.
So we're setting like that. Just for now.
Okay.
So Liverpool would beat Ajax.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, obviously.
Okay, yeah, because
Let's just give them.
let's just give it to Liverpool for now.
Okay, then
I
that
think
means
they
that
will.
means it will be
That's-
Liverpool.
that's-
It'll be a hard game, yes, but Liverpool.
That
I
means
feel like
semi-finals is
especially
Liverpool Juventus.
one semi-final.
Then Man U.
So
Tottenham.
Liverpool,
Yeah,
I'm saying you're
I've
saying
seen United.
Yeah, I'm seeing Tottenham.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Then
Yeah,
Barcelona.
I'm
I think they have nothing.
City! All
I
the
think-
way,
because I think they have nothing to lose.
Even as we have nothing to lose.
Well, yeah, in a sense, both teams have nothing to
Not in the
lose.
sense we have both have nothing.
I think United.
But I think,
First of all, we have a
Spurs
temporary
want.
advantage.
Imagine, I think Spurs wanted more than you. That's all I feel.
United have edge.
United have edge, but I think
United
Spurs
Nah,
wanted
I feel
more.
like we want it more because of what has happened at the beginning of the
Nah.
season.
What?
I feel like we
go
want
there.
more of how we started
United
and how
have
we've
edge.
actually changed.
Fair enough. But I just feel like Spurs won big games with us. Some big games, like on you in the European stage, that is. Because remember they slapped up Madrid in the group stage.
But also, they also choked against Juve.
To be fair.
So,
Some sketchy
So, I
So-
think United will pass.
I thought it wasn't the Madrid 1-1.
Barcelona City,
Barcelona
that's
City
the
will
one.
be-
I wouldn't even predict that. I'm sorry.
I'm saying City,
I'm
just
not
because of
predicting it.
bias. I'm not going to say bias, that's it. Even they have Messi on there.
Let's think.
But you know, if you
Suarez is having his
if you
last
think-
season, yet
if-
they
let
have.
me tell you, I just think it's too. I think it's just now who has the better, who'll score more in that game.
Yeah.
The thing
Because
is,
I mean, your defense is good, but
So-
not Messi defending Messi. Too.
PK.
Okay, yeah.
But them, they're
Otamendi better have those at You
Yeah,
know,
defense
how
is
he has
trash.
like a good game.
Yeah.
Up he has a good game.
Guys.
Messi's there. Hey, no cap,
Guys.
no cap.
You know that we get game match fixes. Otamendi do that stuff for Messi.
Guys, apparently, this
Yeah.
is Suarez's worst season.
Yeah,
And he
it
has
is.
how many goals in the league? 21. Does it? No one even has 21 in the
You know, this is a funny thing, yeah? They always say that about Ronaldo.
Just say.
They always used to say, this is
Stop
Ronaldo.
looking at Ronaldo.
No, I'm just saying, this is Ronaldo's last season, yeah? You have to look at his goal.
But
And what he's done,
Messi
what he's done in Champions League, you're like,
Okay, fine. Yeah, that makes sense.
he
But-
won the, I mean, he wins the
But
Champions League.
what
but-
I can say is, I mean to win. That's all.
To win what?
Listen, we'll
Don't
win
get too
the
cocky.
game. If you get, I'm
Don't
not going
get
to get
too
cocky.
Over 2 legs, over 2 legs, I see City beating Barcelona.
Comes the Camp Nou.
Cause look,
Like, I'm not, they just go to
Camp
defend.
Nou is bad.
I just think you just go there to defend.
Yeah, that one you just have to.
But if you guys start, if you
but
start
look,
the match
you
there.
know how vulnerable Boss's defense is.
Yeah, very.
It's the most. It's one of the most.
You
vulnerable
guys, you know,
defenses.
Jordi Alba plays right. So
Left.
Sonny left. Okay,
So Sterling,
Sterling.
that's a bastard now.
Alba has anger issues.
Let me tell you, Aguero
I saw
will
it.
Pieka PK. PK will be singing like this.
Cabron.
And then,
Please come meet
Semedo
me.
versus
Sergio
Sane.
Porto. Sonny
Sunny
was
is slapping
Hey,
him.
but that's
Semedo
kind
is
of
just fast.
Yeah, that's
He's
not
not
an interesting
good.
task.
It's like he's not a good defender.
Oh, you guys
See, here's the
can't
thing
do it.
is-
That game happened.
Here's the thing,
Shit.
is, but these guys, their whole is if they decide to start Usman Dembele, these guys are finished.
But he's injured, so I'm happy.
Oh yeah, it's,
He's
then they just play
Ah.
Messi. Then I choose your left back. Someone who's not Mendy.
Zinchenko!
Del for Zinchenko.
Zinchenko will prevail. Me, I'm
You'll
telling
find
you.
stones
the
playing
young
there,
guy.
by the way. You'll find stones
No,
playing there.
Laporte. They can put
Yeah,
Laporte.
they
left
can-
back.
yeah, Laporte.
Laporte.
You're not going to play the 3.
No, I
at the
know.
back.
No, but
This is what
Laporte
they can do.
left
This is what they
back.
can
Yeah,
do.
yeah, yeah.
Laporte will be left back. If Stones is healthy by then, Stones will start. And then on Otamendi.
Company.
But if you want less of a
What's
risk.
that company?
No, you can't. You
Company
can't.
CDM with.
You can't. Company plays well.
And he
in
plays,
good
but,
games.
but you know, I feel like
Yeah.
okay, just look at him Carabao Cup. He was very,
But
he was
look,
out of it.
Fine. Liverpool game. Showed up.
Yeah, but he could have
Who's
gone
this?
as easily.
He
as
could
he
have
did.
gone. Company showed up. What you're saying is
One
I
out
know,
of-
yeah, yeah,
One
he
out
has
of
the-
he
six.
he has
shows
the
up.
level.
He shows up against United. I mean, if the one who lost,
Yeah.
he still scored. I was proud of him for that. The one for with his big old head. But what I'm saying is, it'll be tight. But I think we have an edge. And also, Pep knows Barcelona. But
He knows-
Pep was also lost to Barcelona with Bayern Munich.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah,
But I feel like your City team has more quality than his Bayern Munich team.
for sure.
Okay,
So that's what I'm saying there.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. So let's wrap this up real quick. So we diverged a lot, but it was
It's
good
fine,
fun. So that was the third episode about the top 4. We've all given our top 4s. Just to quickly run through it. I said City, Liverpool, and United, Chelsea.
Yeah, City, Liverpool, Arsenal, United.
City, Liverpool, Man U, Arsenal.
City, Liverpool, Spurs, United.
Okay, that's that. And so that's that for the third episode of our podcast.
Yeah.
Yet again, we'd like to thank you for the support in the first.
Wait, let's ask the fans. Who's finishing top 4?
Yeah, who's finishing top?
Who's
Yeah,
finishing
exactly.
top
Who's
four?
finishing top 4? Comment it. Tell us, and also just tell us what you think about the podcast. Tell us what you could do to make it better. Tell us what you want us to talk about, and just be active on our socials. So thank you for that. Follow us on our Twitter at the ballboys1, our Instagram at ballboyspod, and subscribe to the channel. Like the video, share it with your friends, share it with your mom, share it with your mom's friends. Yeah, put the notification bell so you can know when we post. We post every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern African time, just so you can be sure. We know you have foreign goonies out there. So we'd like to thank you for that. And there's something else coming up as well as this podcast. Look out for it. And we'd like to thank you for that. Peace.